Bienvenidos, Scorpio. Welcome to your April 2025 general collective reading. And this is for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising signs. However, I'm also feeling called to say if you have Lilith in Scorpio, this may also be for you. Doesn't necessarily have to be those placements. Maybe you are a cross watcher, or maybe your soul has just guided you to this space here for a message from the Scorpio part of your chart, of your natal chart here, and is trying to convey a message here for you. So nonetheless, let's get started. I do want to invite you to take a deep inhale with me in perfect love and perfect trust. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Holding and anchoring universal divine source, perfect love, perfect trust, benevolence, and truth and righteous. And exhale, ego to the side. Stepping our egos to the side so that the Most High, Most Divine can use me as a divine conduit messenger for your highest and greatest good. That is always the goal here. I ask you to receive the messages that resonate for you because this is a general collective message. However, if there is in fact a message that perhaps you are resisting, but it is for your highest and greatest good, I ask that you invite in your higher self and your spiritual counsel to divinely intervene in stepping your ego to the side and showing you tangible proof, confirmation, and validation that the message is for your highest and greatest good. If the message is in fact not your message, not for your highest and greatest good, that divine intervention steps in and removes it from your mind, your body, your spirit, your psyche, your aura, from your reality, so that you are not receiving any false light projections into your reality. That is always my wish, that you are being delivered with the utmost respect and benevolence and truth here for your highest and greatest good. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. I am gonna do some bones here, and for those of you who are waiting maybe for like some other zodiac signs, YouTube has been a little bit of a butthead when it comes down to being able to upload some of the videos. So it's been almost 2 days here. So we'll see. A lot of the videos did go through and some of them are still going through. So I'm using a different phone because I noticed that it was with that phone specifically. And so I'm hoping that I have enough space on the board here for you to see all the cards and stuff, because this phone doesn't capture as much with, I guess, is what I'm noticing. So anyways, nonetheless, let's see here for Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising Lilith sign. What is your message for the month of April? That one came out for Leo also. This one has actually been coming out for almost every zodiac sign. And this is actual vertebrae here. And what I'm really getting with you, Scorpio, with this here, I'm getting that you are learning to have your own back. You're learning to honor your energy. I'm getting a lot of integrity. So maybe integrity is very important to you, or maybe you've come to acknowledge like what integrity stands for in your life. Like, what does it mean to you and how much do you value it? And who really has your back? Who really is supposed to be a part of your ascension symptoms, not ascension symptoms, but ascension here, part of your growth here. I'm getting a lot of like, maybe you're feeling stronger, you're feeling more committed here. Maybe some of you have been taking time to work out a little bit more here. I feel like you let an energy out your back, like literally beating the demon out your back. For some of you, there this in April, yeah, because they're showing me so much here. In April, it can be that you come to some realizations that maybe certain people or certain entities or spirits were trying to be like vampiric or consciously or subconsciously, or there's gonna be a different point of view of what it means to be held down and holding people down. And I want to say yeah, but like I don't know. I just really feel like you come to a more grounded position where you had to remove energies. I'm feeling very specific, maybe entities, certain entities that was attached to your essence, that maybe you're going to be reevaluating or that you have reevaluated. But let me keep going. You're going through this major transformation here, that is really speaking love and power and truth into your reality. Your words are truly rewriting the narrative of your DNA, of your lineage, but also of like maybe your perception was more like either naive or immature or something. So like something from immaturity to maturity and growth here. A really a transformation that like I think even your own family or like certain friends are like either going to have to learn you again or get to know you, or yeah, there's a lot here. Like this energy here, you could be a public speaker possibly, and things can be elevating to like the next level. It could be maybe you were dealing with certain energies or entities that were like keeping you depressed, keeping you in lower rounds, and you start to speak your power back into your, into your space, that you have that divine mother protection. You truly you're not letting any person, place, or situation get in your fucking way here. You could have a close connection with your mother, or you could be doing a lot of healing. Maybe some of you needed to forgive your mother. Maybe you needed to release your mother with love. Maybe a mother transitioned and she's looking on the other side from the spirit realm here. Maybe you went from maiden energy to mother energy. That can be part of the transformation. Maybe some of you are actually like pregnant. Nonetheless, I do see here that with this energy, there's a massive shift that's happening in a way that divine intervention had to step in to kind of like show you and who can come forward with you and who can't. And like there were certain cords that either you're going to be cutting in the month of April, or you're going to be really getting your hand deep into your transformational work here. You're going to be like learning a bit more about yourself again also. Yeah, I did mention, so some of you may actually be pregnant and having a child or birthing something. I do feel like there's also a financial shift that's going to be for the better. I'm also looking at this as the womb. So there could be some womb healing going on here. I also feel like the Trinity, there could be something, maybe there was a massive trauma or something from the maternal side of your family that was maybe you know, maybe you came from a family where the females allowed themselves to get abused by the men in the family, or there was a sense of like lack of authority or integrity or something like that. And you come to a space of maybe you're the third generation of when that happened, and you're the generational like curse breaker for generational wealth is kind of really what I'm seeing in this energy. Even if it's something that you're not cognizant or conscious about, I do feel like if you are drawn to this reading, you are the generational curse breaker of your family. And so that means that like certain entities that maybe some of your other family's members connected with, or faculties in their mind, they had to get purified through you. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting. And it's meant for you to really dig deep into the tree of life, the tree of your family lineage here. This is also you not playing games about yourself. How do you mother yourself? How do you nurture yourself? Perhaps your mother couldn't give you the same nurturance or comprehension of how to nurture your energy, because she either was part of the generational trauma still, or just the faculties in her mind wasn't able to comprehend or process the information like you are. Either way, I feel like the mother energy is really strong in such a way that it's protective, it's loving, it's nurturing. So this can be spiritual, metaphorical, or literal, right? Your mother, you may have a great relationship with your mother. Maybe you and your mother are going through some healing together. Or maybe just like you're going through healing and your mom is being supportive. And as this journey is happening here, you know, you come to maybe build a better relationship with your mother, or she just, even if she doesn't agree with everything that you do or whatever, she accepts you. And I really do feel like with this space here, not that you're still like in incubation mode. For some of you, that can very well be the case. For some of you, like I said, you can be pregnant. You can be pregnant at this time, and your baby is incubating, and your baby is speaking to you in such a light language that is truly transforming your ways of thinking, your ways of breathing, your ways of living, your ways of eating, like massive transformation here. And I do see you coming into a space of stability here, a space where you have learned more emotional intelligence here is kind of what I'm getting, so that you could allow expansion and growth in your life to occur in such a way that you're not defensively pushing away healthy, meaningful connections, but rather comprehending that source has brought these people in your life to celebrate all your growth and transformation, so that you can continue to have healthy, meaningful connections. Okay, so let's dive into the cards here. I did pre-shuffle the deck. I'm just going to shuffle it one more time. Some of you, like I mentioned, if you are not pregnant with a child, you could be birthing a new experience. This could be a project or just even yourself. For some of you, you can still be like a little bit in hermit mode, discovering who you are in that type of journey where it's not a complete like incubation and isolation, but more so you're taking time to dive deeper into your lineage, into your womb space, into your power, while you are walking the path, walking the journey with integrity and love, and really being with a form of stability here. Okay, wow. So we have the Devil card. Okay, there could have been some third eye opening that needed to occur for you to see things in a type of way. Hopefully you can see all these cards here. Okay, so this is like your current energy or the beginning energy of April, and then we'll be pulling out more cards. What I'm seeing here with the Devil card, the Emperor, and the Two of Cups here, there could have been either certain temptations or certain misconceptions is kind of how I'm seeing this Devil card. You know, some people give the Devil card a bad rep. It doesn't always have to signify, and in fact, originally it was not to be symbolic of something so quote unquote negative, right? But it was to be let you know that this is more in the earthly realm, the material realm here. And with the Emperor here, we can see that, right? We can see that this is possibly, some of you are entrepreneurs here. Some of you are in regards to like business. I do see like there's going to be a reconciliation or some sort of partnership here coming in. This could be either a relationship or this can be in regards to business, like a business partnership where maybe a Capricorn can be involved. Maybe there was like a rude awakening or something here. A Capricorn, Aries. Yeah, Aries can be involved. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio doesn't have to be. This is more of a Cancer energy, Venus and Cancer energy. But doesn't have to be those placements. I'm just telling you, I don't know why. I feel like maybe somebody's asking about the astrology here. We do have, we do have, not in the month of April, it's going to be coming up, but we do have Saturn in the sign of Pisces, and Saturn is going to be entering into Aries. And so we do currently have Neptune in Aries. We do have the full moon happening in the sign of Libra that is going to be opposites of the sun, and Chiron and Neptune. Neptune will be at 0 degrees in Aries, so it will be potent and strong. And with Chiron is the wounded warrior, the wounded healer here, and it's opposite. So there could be relationship stuff that's happening here. That's going to happen on April 12th. Nonetheless, here, this tells me here that there was maybe something that needed to open up in your first eye, your third eye, your intuitively you knew that something in your physical realm was going to be changing here. You knew that there were some things that was either like trauma based. There were certain things that were tempting based on temptations, while there was other things that was like truly liberating you and getting back into the space of putting firm boundaries with yourself, right? The beautiful thing with the Devil card here is it really speaks about your free will and taking accountability for your free will. That's actually how this card was originally made, is to like, you are your worst enemy, or you are the devil yourself. Like, this is, the devil didn't make you do it. You did what you chose to do. So there could be a level of accountability that's happening here for you in certain relationships or in business here that's really illuminating the insight that you are connecting with your intuition here. You're learning to have healthy discernment when it comes down to people, when it comes down to relationships here. You could have been letting go of karmic relationships, right? You could be reevaluating your soul contracts, like the people that you have interacted with, or not just people, but again, entities or business proposals, maybe even. I want to dive a little bit deeper into this energy for you in the month of April, because how I see this is like you really getting into a space of learning how maybe you have a lot of different tools and a lot of different ways of like a jack of all trades, right? You can do a lot of different things, and either you're an entrepreneur already or you're wanting to become one. This, for some of you, can literally be that you go from the corporate world to entrepreneurship and you find yourself collaborating with other partners here. in the month of April, that this is going to be equally yoked and satisfying and really bringing in a balance, a fair exchange, right? For some of you, this could even be that you get a promotion in your workspace if you work corporate or something like that. It could be that in your work environment, you put in so much work and that you are a natural born leader in this space, and you come to harmonize with another leader. This could quite literally, maybe some of you do contracts for work and stuff, and you coming into a contract deal that you've been wanting to put the work and effort into, and it finally comes around. Or maybe it doesn't come around, you had to cut it off, and another opportunity that's more to your liking comes through. All right, because this is a general collective message, there are so many different ways that this can transpire here. But I really do like that this is about really you going through the gates of accountability, you checking your worth, your values. This is, with the Devil card, it being the gates of matter. What matters to you? You are only bounded by your words and what matters to you. So this is about really taking accountability of your attachment style, of if you are listening to your intuition or you're listening to your traumas, right? But again, that's still self-accountability. This is definitely you as a leader here. Whether you work for another company or you are your own entrepreneur, you are your own brand, you are a born leader, okay? And there's a lot of healthy changes that's occurring here when it comes down to your love frequency here. So Spirit, tell me a little bit more here for Scorpio in the month of April. Just a little bit more here. And then I'm actually going to pull from another card. Tell me a little bit more here for the month of April for my Scorpios. Some of you are quite literally changing careers. Oh, I love this. Material gain. Yeah. When you start, this could also be budgeting, right? For some of you, Wheel of Fortune and healing, Temperance. Can we see that on the board? Try to make space. Yeah, bear with me. Like I said, I'm trying to see how much space I actually have on the camera for all of you. Okay. In the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, and I'm feeling really guided to take this energy out and put it here. Right behind that, we have the Star. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Yeah, Spirit, and then, yeah, we have this. So I'm truly going to take those out just because Spirit is literally saying there's a massive healing in your family dynamic. This is spiritual wisdom here. Some of you could be, maybe you were going through an awakening, even a spiritual awakening. The Devil card could very much be like the Kundalini rising. A lot of people don't actually know that that's the Devil card represents when you open your third eye. And so that could very much be, and with the Star card here, that tells me this is your higher self coming through to guide you as a leader, to bring you this emotional fulfillment and align you with your true soul's contracts here, rewriting the narrative. I do believe, regardless of any partnerships and connections here, that you are someone who is meant to be financially successful, financially stable. There's a lot of angels and spirit guides and protections coming around. There could be maybe something about your temperament for some of you. For some of you, maybe there was like certain addictions or something that was involved also. And the devil card can represent like the toxic behaviors and addictions also. And so with the temperance card, I really do see your spirit guides, the most closest spirit guides to you, stepping in and intervening to help bring healing into, and the star card also represents healing here. There could quite literally be a marriage. Maybe some of you went through a separation and there's some reconciliation. Maybe for some of you, this is actual like coming to peace with yourselves in regards to a separation, and just really allowing yourself to be open to new connections. Again, not to be repeating a cycle, because tens also represent closing out chapters, but we do have here like emotional stability, emotional regulation, emotional intelligence, satisfaction, love, joy, happiness here. And again, individually, you on yourself, there's a lot of energies here that you had to change. But this change was meant to happen whether you were going to like it or not. And with these changes, Spirit is really saying, who are the angels in your life? Who would you consider an angel? Your living spirit guides, and being in the space of gratitude for that, but also honoring your spirit guides in the spirit realm for helping you through this change to really bring you into spiritual wisdom here, bringing you into, with this tool here, this tells me that this is the star, this is the 10 of cups, just in case it's a little bit hard to see. This tells me that there's wishes being granted here. This is telling me that like you, as you will it, so it shall be. This is telling me that there's satisfaction, and they're really coming to a space of helping you fulfill your dreams. So Spirit, tell me a little bit more for Scorpio in the month of April. I do feel like if there was some sort of like relationship stuff going on here, there could either be a second chance or something that's going on here, or just a releasing of. Tell me a little bit more. Whoa, that's a lot. So we're gonna get this one first. What is time? Ooh, divine timing. Detox. Perhaps it is time to fast, or perhaps it is time to fast or abstain from certain foods and beverages, maybe a colon cleanse, a parasite cleanse, a detox of heavy metals, detox of your unhealthy quote unquote friends list. That can be a thing here. I'm going to take all of these. Spirit, tell me a little bit more here for the month of April for my Scorpios. Scorpio collective, tell me a little bit more. Thank you. Slow down. Divine timing. The devil also represents time here. Maybe you were letting your ego get in the way of how you think you're supposed to progress in your life, and Spirit comes and divinely intervenes in bringing this change here for you to gain the spiritual wisdom and get back on divine alignment as your soul contracts you to do. That can very well be a thing. We do have TikTok meditation, slow down time, speed up time, stop time, timeline jump. Maybe some of you did a timeline jump, like the butterfly effect. Maybe some of you are time travelers. And then it says, what entities are connected to time? Now we have slow down. Slow down from overextending yourself, overspending, overeating, over talking, driving too fast, rushing your process. And now is the time for patience and to slow down to win. Like slow and steady wins the race. This could very much be that maybe ego was present in the ways of your process. Like you were trying to get in, like you know that you're a leader, you know your process, but like maybe you let your ego get the best of you when it comes down to maybe, work or love or your relationships with people. And that's something that you're healing from, or, you're navigating through. Tell me a little bit more for the month of April. There could be, and with slow down, it doesn't mean that there isn't going to be any movement or not to take any actions. It's just patience, right, throughout the process here. Yes, love surrounds you and all that you are involved in. There's no need to worry. Love is expanding your heart. Give thanks for the healthy, meaningful connections for love to bring more. I felt that with your angels. I really felt like they were really wanting you to be in a space of gratitude for those that do honor integrity here. And then in the bottom of the deck, it says tea time, and not the gossip kind. Tea time for healing, to decompress, to assist with good health, regulate mental and emotional well-being, improve body functions, and tap into spirit. I'm going to leave that out. Maybe some of you are working through, can you see that all the way through? Maybe some of you are wanting to work more with herbs or drink more tea. Just gonna do that. We're just gonna do that. I'm sorry, y'all. There we go. Alrighty. Spirit, tell me a little bit more. What advice can we give Scorpios here? What advice from the fairy realm? What fairies? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have the Sage and the Singer of Healing in the bottom of the deck. So I'm definitely going to take that because healing is very much part of your journey. Maybe you are a healer. Maybe you are... excuse me. Yeah. Maybe you are a healer. I am going to read the Sage from the book. But nonetheless, whether you are a healer yourself or you are going to others for healing or you're just on your healing journey, this tells me you're in your healing journey here. And with the number 10 and the number 19, that is both alpha and omega energy, the beginning of the end, and the beginning and the end. So this does tell me that this is in regards to you literally going through a massive death rebirth process here for divine wisdom. And that's also spiritual knowledge and awareness here. That's you coming into a space of like really knowing, knowing the wisdom of, this is the Hierophant energy essentially, right? So it says wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, patience, slow down, patience. There could very much be a Saturn at maybe the Saturn placement of your chart. Maybe you went through a Saturn return, or there were just major soul contract lessons, or a timing thing here about letting go of control and getting back into the true source of your divinity here, stepping ego to the side and letting your true eye, your spiritual eye, seeing with your spiritual eye what your physical eyes can't comprehend, so that your soul's wisdom can guide you. All right, let me just read this here. Also, maybe certain shamanic practices. Maybe you practice, again, with tea time, herbalism or shamanism. Or for some of you, this can be, again, going to, some sort of like retreat or something like that. I do feel like nonetheless, this is you. You have that ability. Okay. The Sage is also the shaman. Not all wise men are shamans, and not all shamans are wise men. But this one is both. Power informed by wisdom, and wisdom made manifest by power. This is also the face of Father Time. Fathers could also be very significant. I know I said mother, but also father could be significant here. And time. What is time, right? Oh, slow down. What is time? What is time? Oh, let me do this here. This is this. Yep. Y'all bear with me. Y'all probably like, this girl's doing too much. Oh, goodness gracious. There we go. It's gonna do that. Whatever. All right. All right. Sometimes, okay. This is also the face of Father Time, and we see the colors of the seasons surrounding him. Sometimes he is old. He is old man of the mountain, the hermit who searches within wisdom and understanding, and then willing to share it with any seeker who comes to him. And I felt that energy, like almost hermit energy. His blind eye enables him to look into other worlds, other realms, and the wisdom buried deeply within each of us, where the singers dwell. He has reached a stage of life where he has let go of many of the activities of younger beings, retreated somewhat from the outer world of fairy, and has become more deeply immersed in the inner landscapes of knowledge, inner vision, contemplation, and spirit. With this energy, this can definitely be you walking through the subconscious realm also. That can be very, and like diving deep into the shadows. All right. Let's see here. On the exterior, he lives simply, almost austerely, but his inner world is filled to overflowing with richness. In order to pursue his studies more thoroughly, the sage has cultivated detachment. Some may say this is remoteness or coldness, but he is no less loving for that. The sage finds the inner connection between everything. He sees the connections, relationships, and consequences between seemingly separate ideas, beings, and things. Love and compassion are the inevitable consequences of seeing truly, and this leads the sage to share his learning with others. Like any other wise elder, he leads by gently teaching from his vast store of wisdom. When asked for his judgment about something, he is discriminating and generous hearted. He turns a blind eye to punishment, feeling that what is needed is mercy and a way of teaching those who err, so they will not make the same mistake again. The sage is constantly learning, while on the same one hand, he values traditions and stability. He also understands the need for growth and change. He can't go for a walk or a flight around the neighborhood without discovering something new or trying to see how it fits into the whole. He is always expanding his understanding of reality and deepening his awareness. As we develop patience and compassion intertwine, we begin to manifest the wisdom of the sage. In a reading, here we see wisdom and deep inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simply simplify one's thoughts. Complexities often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balanced learning and compassion. Tradition is valued, but appreciate change is accepted. The sage knows when to let go and when to move on. He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hand. This card in a reading also signifies the need for deep consideration and refined judgment applied when with compassion and mercy. When the wisdom of the sage is blocked, artificial and inappropriate boundaries are set between different aspects of life. We become unable to apply learning in one sphere to another aspect of life, or information is withheld, kept secret, when it could benefit others, which in turn would benefit us. Sometimes learning is blocked by the belief that we already have all the answers, but never actually do. Twisted, the sage's accumulation of facts and information become unwisdom, knowledge misused and distorted. Facts distorted for selfish purpose. Information used to the detriment of others. There is always a risk of this when we set out to prove something rather than to discover something. Other twists include being excessively critical, being cold or uncaring, or being cynical or habitual. These are all faults of balance. At its worst, knowledge and experience are channeled towards the destruction of the self and others. Oh, yeah. This could be because sometimes, so the Emperor on his like shadow side is, someone who is just keeping themselves busy with work and doesn't make time to connect with their relationships, or they can be harsh with their words, maybe even a little manipulative, just aggressive, right? And the devil card also can be that, right? Where it's like either someone trying to gatekeep or someone trying to be controlling, even in a situation. So this could be you, or this can be someone else in the experience. If you've been gatekeeping, if you've been like on some being cold and being detachful and being manipulative, you would know who you are in this story here. All right. It could also be that maybe someone else was like that with you, and divine intervention came in during the month of April for you to continue healing. So we're just going to see a final outcome here from the dragons. What dragon closing out message do we have here for Scorpio? Closing out message. Thank you. Ooh, magenta. I love that energy. Magenta dragon enables you to bring forward your soul's wisdom, awaken your soul's memory and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. Ashe, 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 aho. In the bottom of the deck, air and water dragon helps you to connect to higher frequencies. Trust your intuition. Develop your psychic abilities. Be open to enlightenment. And express your inner song here. All right, Scorpio. That is your fucking powerful message, and I'm so proud of you. Thank you for allowing me into your energy, and until next time, peace, love, and harmony.